The Pacific wind rolled across Naval Base Coronado as officers gathered around the training compound for the annual Joint Operations evaluation. Among the crowd of high-ranking brass, decorated veterans, and elite operators, there stood a young woman, quiet, calm, almost invisible. She wore a plain field uniform with no visible insignia except a faded unit patch. Her boots were dusty, her sleeves slightly rolled. She carried herself with the relaxed confidence of someone who had been in war zones far more chaotic than any military parade. Admiral Jonathan Pierce, the man in charge of the SEAL's West Coast Command, noticed her standing near the edge of the formation. With his booming voice and sharp humor, he walked up to her, chuckling as the surrounding officers waited for another one of his trademark jokes. "You there," he barked, pointing casually. "What's your rank, soldier?" Everyone laughed lightly. Clearly, she was a nobody, just another support staff member accidentally standing with operators. But she didn't answer. Instead, she simply raised her head. Her eyes were cold, distant, steady, like those of someone who had seen more than her age suggested. Pierce smirked. "Come on now, don't be shy. You look like you barely graduated basic." Still no answer. Instead, the woman slowly rolled up her right sleeve. The laughter around them died instantly. On her forearm was a tattoo, subtle, black ink, but unmistakable to anyone who knew. A tattoo reserved only for one unit. A unit more elite than SEAL Team 6. A unit that technically had no roster, no ranks, and no public acknowledgement. The Admiral's smirk vanished as he stepped back, realizing in an instant that the joke he had made might have been the biggest mistake of his career. The tattoo was a ghostly symbol, recognized by only a handful of people in the entire U.S. military. A single quill crossed with a suppressed rifle barrel dot. To an outsider, it looked artistic. To the Admiral, it was terrifying. It belonged to the Omega Snipers, a clandestine program born out of DARPA research and operated under the most classified black budget known. The unit was rumored to have fewer than 10 operatives alive, each with unmatched kill records, strategic value, and operational priority so high that even 4-star generals had no authority over them in the field. The Admiral swallowed as a cold realization hit him. She wasn't a support tech. She wasn't base staff. She wasn't a misfiled operator. She was one of them, and the Omega Snipers had no official rank, because they outranked everyone through operational clearance. "Mom," he said, voice suddenly low. "I wasn't aware Omega sent someone." She finally spoke, calm and razor-sharp. "They didn't. I'm here on my own directive." A murmur rippled through the officers. Omega Snipers didn't show up. They were deployed, summoned, encrypted, never arrive on their own. If she was here by personal authority, it meant one thing. Something bigger was brewing. The Admiral felt sweat form on the back of his neck. This mysterious sniper was not just an elite soldier, she was a strategic weapon. Every classified briefing Pierce ever attended echoed in his head. Omega Snipers were rumored to have ended wars before they started, neutralized terrorists before intelligence even confirmed them, and even shut down coups in foreign nations with a single bullet, and now one was standing right in front of him. Because of something happening on his base. The Admiral cleared his throat, trying to regain some sense of authority. "May I ask why you're here?" he said. Not demanded, asked. She looked around carefully, scanning rooftops, corners, even shadows. "Your base has been compromised," she said quietly, "by someone inside your chain of command." The officers stiffened. Whispering broke out. Even the SEALs shifted uncomfortably. Pierce stepped closer. "Compromised? How?" "The weapons vault," she said. 3 prototype rifles are missing, ones that were never supposed to exist outside a secure DARPA bunker. The Admiral's face drained of color. Only 5 people knew those weapons even existed. Pierce was one of them. Whoever stole them wasn't just a traitor, they were a nuclear-level threat. She continued, 2 hours ago, one of those rifles was used in Pakistan. A high-value asset was assassinated. Another attack is imminent, this time on U.S. soil. The base fell silent. "Why us?" the Admiral asked. She turned her gaze toward the hangar. "Because the thief is still here." Pierce froze. Every SEAL instinct inside him screamed danger. The woman's tattoo wasn't just a symbol of her skill, it was a warning. Omega Snipers didn't show up unless the situation was catastrophic. And now she was walking directly toward his command center. "Admiral," she said, "I'm not here to assist your investigation. I'm here to take control of it." Once inside command, the woman moved with deadly precision. She pulled up heat signatures, camera feeds, unauthorized access logs, and motion trackers simultaneously, faster than any operator in the room. SEALs who usually joked with each other stood frozen, watching her work. "There," she whispered, pointing at a technician heading toward the drone hangar. "He's wearing a thermal mask. Only someone with high-level clearance would know to evade your sensors." A squad of SEALs moved in, but she raised a hand. "He'll detect you. If the rifle activates, everyone within half a mile is dead." Without waiting, she slipped out the back door, moving through the shadows. Her footsteps were soundless, her breathing controlled. She wasn't just a sniper. She was a ghost. When the traitor reached the hangar, he pulled out the stolen rifle, a sleek, matte black weapon humming with experimental energy. He aimed it at the fuel depot. But before he could fire, a single voice broke the silence. "You stole the wrong weapon." He spun. Crack. A suppressed shot echoed. He dropped instantly, the rifle clattering harmlessly to the ground. The round had passed cleanly through his wrist, disarming him without killing him. Precise, surgical, inhumanly accurate. She stepped out from the shadows. "Your plan ends here." The SEALs stormed in seconds later, securing the traitor as medics rushed forward. The Admiral stared at the woman, stunned at her speed, accuracy, and calm. She had stopped a national catastrophe with a single bullet. As the dust settled, the Admiral walked toward her, each step heavy. He wasn't a man who bowed, backed down, or feared anyone. But today, he had met someone who operated beyond ranks, beyond medals, beyond military structures. She handed the recovered sniper rifle to the Admiral. "Lock it down," she said, "and tighten your chain of command." Someone high up helped him. Pierce nodded. Understood. For a moment, the two stood silently, an admiral with decades of service and a woman whose file might not even exist on American soil. He finally spoke. "Earlier, when I asked your rank, I didn't know." She looked at him steadily. "Rank means nothing in my world, Admiral. Only results." He swallowed and did something no one on that base had ever seen him do. He stood at attention and saluted her. Every officer and operator followed. Not because she ordered it, not because of her uniform, but because she had just saved thousands of lives without asking for recognition, authority, or approval. She nodded once, nothing more, and walked toward the exit. As she left, the Admiral noticed something else on her left wrist, another tattoo. This one even more classified, even more dangerous. A mark that meant she wasn't just Omega. She was the last remaining Omega commander, a silent guardian, whose authority extended far beyond admirals. And the SEAL Admiral realized the truth. Her tattoo didn't just outrank him, it outranked the entire U.S. military hierarchy. She disappeared into the setting sun, leaving behind only one question echoing in the Admiral's mind. How many more secrets was she carrying? Like the video and subscribe to my channel Stories Sphere to see more videos like this, and press the bell icon.